Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Celsius network token, as I haven't made a video in quite a while. And the last video that I made was simply in regards to the issue that they had last week. Um, just before we begin, just a friendly reminder, if you like the video, hit the like button down below. If you really like it, hit subscribe. So, looking at the price chart, this is the weekly chart on Celsius. It is amazing. This is one of the most exponential moves of a coin um, that I've seen in a long time. And because of that, Celsius is now, I think, like top 50 coins by market cap on CoinGecko, which is quite impressive considering that only a few months ago it was like in the top 100. And even before that, it was around like 105, 110, and now it's top 50. I think it's like number 34, 35, 36. I could be wrong. But last time I checked, it was like that. However, um, the most recent pullback. So I'm referring to this one. I said that it might replicate something along the lines of of the previous one, um, where it would retrace about maybe 60-50%. We did not see that. It Celsius from the wick down was about a 41% drop, so even less when it's to candle bodies. And we have seen a reversal, and we're kind of it's kind of stuck in this area here, as you can see. But we can see that there are potentially higher lows being printed, um, indicating a trend reversal or a continuation at least of an uptrend. Um, and because the gain on against Bitcoin, Celsius is now at $2.26, which again is, even looking at the US dollar chart, it is simply amazing how far this coin has come. Um, you could argue that it's in a bubble. Some people would argue that this is just the true value of what the company is, and I would say that outside of what happened last week, it's definitely fulfilled on promises. The system works, and people like myself are definitely taking advantage and you know taking this opportunity to make some money now. What I do see here, and it's something that's quite interesting, because now, on a weekly chart, it's not it's not a lot of data, but it's becoming enough where you can see some patterns. So we have seen that the 20-week moving average does show us to have some support. We saw it here, and it didn't go too below it in its early phases. Another interesting thing is not so much the MACD, but the RSI. We can see that we tend to top out at around the high 80s, so around 85 RSI, a little higher on the second peak, but um, uh, making relative tops nonetheless. We do see that it shows a pattern where when it's very bullish, it kind of tops out around that RSI and retraces. And because it's relative, it's not indicative of the price because it topped out at 4,500, uh, 4,681 sats, to now it topping out at about 12,461 sats now. So we potentially may see our side to go lower, but indicate showing that it seems to be reversing, and potentially even going over to new highs. Or another one, a fun pattern is simply a cup and handle motion there, which would be interesting to see. Those formations are always cool to look at. However, currently right now we're on the up and up, and if a move continues higher, I don't necessarily expect another move like this considering that currently we're at 73.49 on the RSI. So we will make higher highs, no doubt, but I don't expect another move like this. It could potentially be, a higher move to like maybe 18,000 sats, where we then top out again. It's entirely possible that we can also just keep on going up, and this double top here is simply not the ceiling for the RSI on Celsius, and it could definitely go into the high 90s. Um, but we definitely don't know yet. Definitely don't know. Other than that, it's hard to make, kind of calls with a coin that's so bullish, like Celsius. And when it gets to this exuberant phase, it's just kind of ride it and sell at a point where you feel comfortable with. Um, Last week, in that video, I did mention that we are at the point where it's looking at the amount of Celsius I had in comparison to Bitcoin and the rest of my portfolio. I was not comfortable having it all on Celsius, or most of it on Celsius. So I sold most of my position. I currently have about maybe 10% of my portfolio still in Celsius. Before it was like 30, like 35, which, yeah, I was not comfortable with that kind of percentage. So I had loaded, and now, it might have made a wrong mistake, but I'm okay at selling at these prices. I'm comfortable, and that's something that you guys need to be comfortable with too, because you need to have an agreement with yourself that if you sell at a certain point and it goes further up, you need to be okay of letting that go. Because the last thing you need to do is buy back in and hope that you can ride the wave. Because 9 times out of 10, you won't. Anyway, we'll continue to look at this coin. Um, uh, it is an interesting coin, and it kind of really shows that DeFi isn't the only financial instrument outside of the cryptocurrency space. I mean, central finance seems like a lot of people have confidence in there, considering the price of the token now. Um, but that is going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Take care.